It is a great honor and a pleasure for us to have with us the Vice Minister of Education, Mr. Evangelos Syrigos. Thank you very much. It's a great honor for me to participate and being presented by you. Very briefly, I would like to say 2 or 3 things, and then we can have a dialogue, if you like, a discussion in order to discuss your point of view, which maybe is different for our own, which is more Ellenocentric. You mentioned the subject on the institutional framework regarding the patents and all these the related things. There is a draft law which will be presented in the coming days on the on the creation of the spin-off companies, and we drafted this draft law in collaboration with the Ministry of Development, and our aim is to facilitate the tasks that are related to all these patents and inventions at the level of the university institutions and the research institutions, so that we can act in a effective and rapid way in the benefit of the university, but also of the inventors. A collaboration that we realized for a year now, which concerns the study of the country K-Innovate regarding higher education in Greece in collaboration with the European Commission and the OECD, and it will it will reveal the good practices of Greece in innovation and development. So some proposals will be, of course, taken into considerations in the next steps to make, and we also design and plan in collaboration with the OECD a workshop within the month of June, with inviting all the important carriers of the ecosystem in order to discuss these issues. Of course, we also finance activities of teaching and learning in the sectors of innovation and entrepreneurship, and also we support the proof of concept in the Greek university, and we support activities and actions as they are described in the Intercom of the European Community. There will be co-financing of 15 million euros in all the Greek universities. This will be published in the coming days, and it will help to the development of the human capital. I would stop here if Mrs. Michanopoulou didn't invite me to comment on something. She mentioned the system of the talents and universities. I consider that the Greek universities are at a very good level. I also consider that the system of admission to the Greek universities is an integrated system. There are national university admission examinations in Greece, and but I think that it is sad. It was sad for me when I established some weeks ago that my daughter, which is in the 2nd grade of the Lyceum, was studying in the same way with me as I was studying before 37 years ago in order to enter the university. She was learning by heart history, and this was very sad for me. So I am at your disposal. We have a parallel experience, I can say, because I was impressed by the way that history was taught, and the advanced level of history, university level in Chile, in a good public school. I do not want at all to compare between the schools in Greece and the United States. There are 20,000 different, in the States there are 20,000 different ministries of education, and unfortunately for the states the problem is that the educational results in the children depends on the financial surface of the parents. We have some good points in Greece that must be cultivated, must not be left alone. I will not also tackle the issue of the appearance of universities and the mode of operation of the universities. I know that you know very well this subject. However, we should, despite all the problems in the Greek universities, we should see the reality. Of course, the universities in Greece must concentrate, because we cannot have departments of universities per city, per town, and of course the detail is in the application and implementation. A question on the patents, a question on the spin-offs from the universities, but having a personal experience, despite the fact that I live in the States. I have a brother who is a professor in academia in the Technical University of Athens. I have many fellow students from the past that want to build things in the university. They cannot do that because there are some fundamental omissions. It is not, for example, it is not considered to be something that goes without saying that an engineer from the Greek university can create a company, which is not at all the same thing as the situation in MIT, which is the best school in the planet, where the teachers can do that for some hours during the week. So maybe we should do the same thing. Maybe we should include some courses, some lessons in order to use some money of the development package of the university, so that some attorneys at law are paid in order to help the academia members to write a patent, and it's a very difficult task to write the text of a patent. You need legal advice because there is a specific language, a specific jargon which is used. So maybe it should be necessary to pay some people who know that task, who know that job, to help some members of the academia in order to draft and write the texts of the patents. We are the last on the list of the patent people. So we have our numbers are almost the numbers of Malta. The numbers of Greece are almost equal to the numbers of Malta's. Yes, in the draft law that I mentioned, we are trying to accelerate things, to simplify the procedures, to have one authority giving the license to create spin-offs, and one of the proposals was to give the Senate, that the Senate of the university gives the licenses. But the Senates in Greece of the universities are composed by 57 people. So you see that it is not easy. So we have the British Council. And another proposal was the British Council to give the license to the spin-offs, because some responsibilities must be transferred from the one committee to the other committee, so that the spin-off can operate, and also what the presence of an academia member means in the spin-off. Also, the Ministry of Development has attorneys at law who are paid by the ministry exactly for helping the new researchers to draft the patents. What happens when a patent is invented? There is a company that is created, and the researcher continues to work on the patent in order to develop it. All these things we are trying to deal with them through the draft law, and we will see in practice what will happen. I hope that we will be serious on the subject. There is also the technology transfer offices, which I believe that objectively, given that these issues must be dealt with by the companies of management of university assets, to go to these companies belonging to the university in order to accelerate things. So I think that all these things will be dealt with in the future. We will see in practice. Also, there is another dimension. No businessman of venture capital does not want an agency such as the university as a partner in the firms. We do not become partners. We have a very good formula on buying the rights for intellectual property, because nobody wants a startup with the Senate of a university as a partner. So given that the Greek universities suffer at this moment, seriously suffer from the drop in financing, there is this trend of wanting to become partners in firms, which is a bad trend. I think that they must adopt to the international situation, to the international reality. Of course, there must be some benefits for the universities. They must allow their people to participate to the firm, but nobody wants a partner as a partner a university. The MIT is not a partner in any firm. I was thinking that a second program is that the inventors also are considered to be good businessmen through the universities. I hope that in the law we are coping with all these issues, leaving some rights for the universities that it will exploit without being involved in the whole procedure. I think that next week this will be published, publicly published, and if you have the time, Mr. Bletsas, if you have the time to take a look on that text, your advice will be very useful for us. Yes, before we finish, I would like to mention a little bit lifelong learning, the renewal of skills, the reskilling, and the relearning. If you want the existence, Stephen Strauss mentioned that at the beginning of our session, that there should be always possibilities for people. We do not mature at the same time, all at the same time. And there are people who want to change course in life. So as our educational system is structured today, there are not many pathways, and also it's a little bit blurred. It's a fuzzy situation, mainly regarding vocational training. I know that there are efforts on vocational training, but maybe we should see the thing better. Yes, concerning vocational education, we have made some crimes. Recently, we killed the vocational training at vocational level in 2019, and we are trying to see what can we do, because we have a huge head without a body, without hands. It's only a head that is thinking, but how it's eating we don't know. So there is a recovery fund exactly for the development of skills, because as you said, it's a sector of paramount importance. This is important because it must be related directly to the requirements of the market. At the same time, having quality, innovation, and extroversion, so that we can have brain gain again, so that we have people coming back to Greece from abroad, because we have people with first degree, Greek degree, are considering to come back, while people who have obtained their first degree abroad, they do not think of coming back to Greece. So we are mainly addressing the first group, the people who took their first degree in Greece. They left abroad, they became important personalities abroad, but we hope that the quality of the Greek universities in the future will make them come back. Yes, some people maybe never left due to the pandemic. Thank you very much for your intervention. We are a little bit late on the schedule, and I hope that we'll continue this discussion because it's a very important discussion, and contrary to the status quo mentality, things do not become perfect with the first time of implementation. The draft laws are deposited, submitted, and voted and implemented, and then they are improved. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.